Hi guys, I'm V, and as of yesterday I'm 17 weeks pregnant. At this stage the baby is about 12 centimeters long and 150 grams the weight of it, and it's the size of a big actual orange. In this video I'm gonna tell you about how I gave the news to my friends and families, and about the progress of my health, if you've seen the previous video. So we had to travel abroad to tell our friends and family. I told my parents by giving my mother a keychain that wrote grandma, and my father had to translate that for her, as English is not her first or second language, and it took a couple of seconds for her to realize what it meant, and then she burst into tears. Both of them, of course, were very happy. Then we went to my partner's parents, which is where we started staying when we lived for like a week, and they had a small room ready for us. The mom asked if the room would be okay, if we would fit in there, and my partner said that it's big enough for all three of us. So again, took a couple of seconds for her to realize what it meant, and then she burst into tears. Again, both of his parents were happy and they hoped that everything would turn out to be okay. Then we go to my best friend. We met, we chatted, we started talking. We didn't share the news with her at the beginning. Then I grabbed my phone and I sent her a picture of the baby, the one that I had from my first scan. And while we were talking, she's like, "Oh, I received a message from you." I'm like, "Yeah, check it out." And again, it took a couple of seconds for her to realize what it meant. And again, she burst into tears. The thing is, I don't know why people keep bursting into tears. It is happy news, and they do wish that everything's okay. They are happy for us. But it's not something that I would do or I did. And my partner's best friends, they were more casual. So when we met, they asked if we wanted anything to drink. And he said that I am not allowed to drink anything. So instantly they knew what's happening because they were expecting it. And they started with their hugs and congratulations and stuff. I want to say that it's better if you find individual, unique ways. Surprise your friends and families. You only have one chance of telling them that you're pregnant for the first time. It is great news. There is no right or wrong way. It's just your way. So it's good if you just try to find different ways of telling it to them, and it's good of finding new ways for you actually to share the news to them. Again, as I said, there is no right or wrong way. You can find a lot of unique ways of telling the news to your parents, friends, even to your partner when you initially find out. And it's good if you just find your own way and make it your own. Something else I want to mention in this video is that I am getting bigger faster, and belly at this moment is about this big. I'm wearing pregnancy trousers, so comfortable. I have long tees on top so that they can cover as much as they can, and I did find a dress which I made into a sort of a blouse, because the rubbery part here is just below the boob, so it will give me some more space here for the next couple of months, and it does have a lot of space here. Now that the bump is getting bigger, if you haven't started yet, you will have to start using some cream for the stretch marks. There are a lot of creams and ointments generally you can use. As I'm abroad now and I wasn't able to just bring all of my stuff, I'm just using a very basic body lotion just to keep things flexible, to smell nice, to keep massaging the area and stuff like that. But I do have this amazing oil, and there are a lot of creams or oils or ointments which you can find. this is just to make it more, make the skin younger and more flexible. There are a lot of things you can find specific for the stretch marks. They may be a bit more expensive, they may not be of your, because you have your sense of taste and smell are a bit weird now. You may love coconut in all of your life, but you can't stand it now. So I suggest try to find something that you know you will like throughout the whole pregnancy, or try and find something that's fragrance free. And I also recommend that if you do have a partner at this stage of your life, they usually say that you have to put the oil, cream or ointment in the belly and stretch mark areas twice a day, so you can make it something that you will be able to do and share with your partner. So I have my partner rubbing the oil to my belly in the morning when we wake up, and at night before we go to bed. That's his way of contributing and actually see the progress that's happening. That said, we have to go back to the not so happy news. If you remember from my previous video, I had a bit of a cold and I had to go through it without any medication, and it was rough. It just took longer. It took about 10 days because I had to use no medication whatsoever. So yes, as I said, it wasn't rough, it just took longer, so you have to be a bit more patient if you do get sick at some point throughout this period of your life, because you can't use a lot of medication. You have to find your own home remedies, and I did mention the ones that I used and worked for me. And yes, it took about 8 to 10 days for me to go from actually being sick to not being so sick. I still think that there are some leftovers, but it's like a 5% thing. Now, at the end of me being sick with the flu or a cold, I've realized that there is something wrong with my vision. I started seeing things blurry from my right eye, and I decided the very next day to go to an ophthalmologist, and he did a lot of tests and he figured out that I have something that's called macular. Now, this macular is very easily treatable to people who are not pregnant. So there is a very easy medication that they can take, or through the veins, or pills, or even some surgery in the eye, like a very mild surgery, either laser or with the needles. And since I'm pregnant, he didn't know how to treat pregnant women, and he referred me to a specialist. So I had to do some blood tests in between just to make sure that it's caused because of the pregnancy or from something else. And you have to check the sugar in case you have diabetes, because diabetes may cause a lot of issues in your eyes, which my levels are fine. And then we had to check cortisol levels, which has something to do with steroids, but it's also like a hormone that's produced from your body to not throw away the baby because it's a different organism in your body. It's the same hormone that's produced for people doing receiving transplants, because it's a different organism in your body. Your body produces this hormone so that it doesn't reject it. So we found out that it is because of the cortisol levels. If I wasn't pregnant, cortisol levels can also go up by either taking cortisol medication, which they would advise you to stop, or because you have too much stress, so they can give you mild sedatives to reduce the stress so that the levels can stop, the hormone levels can stop increasing. However, in my situation, it's caused because of the pregnancy, so there's still nothing we can do. We did go to the specialist. I did all the tests, and they found out that what I have is called a chorioretinopathy, and it's in the central part, so it's central chorioretinopathy. You will find all the terms in the comments of this video. So the specialist told me that it actually means that because of the increase of the levels, some people can have it, some people don't. It's not something that I've done wrong, it's just playing with the chances. So let's say that there is a line in your eye that goes like this. There is a hole created, so there is liquid now coming in. The liquid goes in between the two levels here, and at some point the line becomes like this, and there is liquid created in a part here. So the liquid created there causes me to have blurry vision, and at this stage my vision is down to 70%, 70, in my right eye. Sorry. I apologize for that. It's much easier to live with it than actually start speaking about it. We'll see a few parts in the video that it's split, it's cut. It's because I get too emotional. I think it's from the pregnancy and from what's happening to me. But anyway, I'm here to share my experience with you. So yes, as I said, at this stage my vision in my right eye is down to 70%. It will get worse as the hormone levels will keep increasing throughout the pregnancy. We still have 5 months to go, and it's a long time. If I was in the 8th month of the pregnancy, they would say do nothing, just be patient. Now what the specialist said again is do nothing, just be patient. It's just that I have to be patient for a longer period of time. There is something that I can do. There is a laser surgery that I can do. As I said, in this part there is a leak from here, so you can hit it with the laser and close the hole where the liquid is coming in. However, as the doctor said to me, if you close one hole, another hole may open, because the levels of the hormone will keep increasing, so there is a chance that what happened from that point will keep happening from other points. Also, if I do something now, and oh, by the way, this is completely reversible, which means after I give birth, the hormone levels will go back to normal, the liquid will disappear, and I think that the hole will start closing by itself. This is something that's happening throughout pregnancies, and while the pregnancy is over, generally the whole body will start going to normal levels, and everything will start going back to normal levels, so there is not an actual point of worrying of losing my vision. What I can do, as she said, is do the laser surgery. However, if this thing would be gone after giving birth, the laser surgery, which will do like a scar in my eye, I will have the scar left for the rest of my life. So that's why she said that it's better for me to just be patient. Things will get worse. My vision may go to very low from my right eye, and my left eye also has a tendency of having that as well. It's very uncommon for pregnant women to get that in both eyes. However, there is a chance of that, so what the specialist recommended is if things get to worst case scenario, it means that I will lose most of my vision in my right eye and some or most of my vision in my left eye, which means that I won't be able to keep doing my daily tasks. So at that stage, yes, she would recommend to do the surgery. However, now what she said is that I have to find a specialist, not just an ophthalmologist. I have to find a specialist in the macular degeneration or in the chorioretinogy, even better if I can, so that I keep track of what's happening with my eye, and I do a monthly check to keep the levels of my blood, my sugar, my cortisol, the steroid hormone levels, and the actual progress of the liquid inside my eye. Thankfully we did find a doctor in London, where I actually live and will be going soon, and we'll take it from there. So now I'll have to keep you updated in case my vision gets worse. Since I found out the news, I found out that I now have to figure out a way to just cope with it instead of keep complaining about it. I did have to try to cover my eye with cotton and Tipex with a band, and I ended up having the Pirates thing that closed the eye. This is just hiding the problem, but at this stage there is no solution. So when one of my eyes is not seeing very well, I can still function as normal, but at this stage sometimes I just want to hide this eye that doesn't see very well and just see with my eye that still sees very well, and not get dizzy, not get disoriented. And I will do that at least a couple of hours a day. I did try the last couple of days to do it without, and yes, that's it. That's my news for this week. The great news is that still my baby's good. I have no issues whatsoever in this area. I do have very, very small pains at the bottom of my belly, which is normal because the uterus is getting bigger, and the house for my baby is getting larger because the baby is getting larger. I do walk at least 2 hours a day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. I do try walking because every other sort of exercise I tried is very, very difficult for me now, and I will start some home exercises. I will start finding more pregnant suited home exercises, which I will try to share with you in my next video, and I will have to find out about pelvic exercises. With all my sickness I'm getting late, I think, on that, but I will do that next week. And back pains, I didn't have any lower back pains, which they say you usually should or would. My back pains are in this area up here. I don't know why, but they're in a specific part up here, and I did do a trick with a tennis ball. And if you have a partner in your life, just give your partner a tennis ball, put it in the part that's more painful for you and you want to relax more, and just let him rub you, just moving the hand slowly like that, so he doesn't have to actually massage you if he doesn't want to or she doesn't want to. And if you do not have a partner, or you do want to do this when no one else is around, you can just use a bare wall. Just put the ball between you and the wall and move yourself however you feel that it does what you want it to do. So that's all from me this week. I hope I'll see you soon. Stay comfortable, stay positive, and bear in mind that a happy mom makes a happy life. So keep yourself happy. Bye.